Because of the greedy of another man, yeah. Worldwide, many men shall die. Because of the greedy of another man, yeah. Nations, many men shall die. Because of the greedy of another man, yeah. The nation, many men shall die. Because of the greedy of another man, yeah. Worldwide, think about the future children. What kind of legacy you leaving for them? Selling and destroying generational wealth, and the people are suffering.
Fapem na Ebraso say that action packed na yebedin komo na yene Ghana fo din kita ho na ya kire se ye de pem so na anya wo da na wa bafo eribata what you say ye de pem na anya wo da bra akonya ne wo ho akonya ne kase pa enso ene se 0545402507 simple cry 0545402507 and no there send a message fafa so agreement disagreement nya utimi de fa ho medical catcher say enya ne ma nyina na ne be adwen isan say eripa dasani ye nyina ne adwene ko bankrum iti dabia no obia ne hawa osi tackle ade eni ohun se de ene mesitie car ya ofe a unya be drive no mani je ho so say this tie car ya ofe a wunya be drive no mani je ho oba wunya na ada ware no ebi a memempe so say this tie eti empanifo bubu say we agree to disagree that means that ade ya be nyina betimi adwene ho but yemu binti ase yi ana yebetimi agi atum se ye ba no nkyere se ye nyina na agitum se ye etu da ya na ye to ne ma bi so aba yebadwene ho ane aka be wi akire no ne atoso aba eno na ma parliament ba ka say for those who say I say who say no say so we disagree to agree to yebetumi agiatum ye timi gintum eti edu papanso bi na argument na ye gidigidi a etese ye nyina ye pani ye yo ana da bia me ka kira NDC na MPP fo asa ba ko pese obi ani wa sori anopa na awia so person be presidential candidate say monto aba mame na me be sai Ghana me hu obi obeka bi how do you say this to aba mame so ye independent so ye wanya so benya vote so ye kwa donko to abama me na me say Ghana who does that and who will say that obi eni obeka sa but obi asa fa Ghana mame na me ye di ye for mine mame na me ye di ye na te sa dia adenti na ye nyina ya dwene nko bankrom ye nyina ya gintum ne yankase wo man no ye nyina pese ye ni ye ti kwa we ni emfa so ye ni ye je se kia ne ke obi be ye leader kia ne ke amanyo ko bi be ye leader eti fama me ni ye fama me ni ye eti besi ne eno na atwe ya sensan ya besi na pampanso agana ya da sugya na so say we are not being able to agree on a consensus say on mine no ebetumi ayeye through ye nyina there be obia adwene nko obia de say the person tackle ade no eti na nanu beka to say fitin Nkrumah's time any wo so wo to nsafra Nkrumah aba Nkrumah ba Ghana ba ya secretary wo bia twa kwan and wo ultimate aim say wo be pray for independence ama Ghana ebi say independence ni ya gene daachi bi obi so say independence now et free sa dana ekoya independence now versus independent daachi no enu na di nchechemu e de baaye eti ya chemu mateme ho be come baby mo na mo idea say daachi no munie ya wo daachi ya so free say that nie ana broni na wo independent ni ma ya ne say samoa ya independent ni ma mo de o man na shamonsa muntamu atete dia ene prempre munko na munko to ho aso aba na de obedi nkunim no one brand for mine and mano. You see what the white man told us. We want independence as a country. In the part of Bochum, Miensa, and you are draining by an end to me and Tana, say the part 10 pa, the part 10 then to me and Cobin Crum, and Jantum, Ama and Nanachinanti, Tio, and Ne, and a Chinanti. Woman Tamutite, Ama to a dear name, a catcher woman say. And yet, Moncoya den, Moncoya dear Safa, near her dear, Ubenya. Say na no bedwam doso na no bedwam doso wia ye de ahoman no ye ne na trase ya ye hyehye de o mana ye den ahye ne sa oni na manyokuo. So this country cannot, I repeat, develop the way we want it as far as this thing is still concerned in this country. As far as about to our mind we will continue to struggle because the young trouble syndrome has a very high tendency on us. So the people living in the country decide to do what they want in terms of lawlessness and doing things that are not right. Now the people who believe said they want to lead the country side with those people and decide to convene them and tell them to vote for us, and we will allow you to do what is not right. But when we come to power, we tell you, say no cry, right is right. Then the people will tell them, we won't vote for you again because you have deceived us. It won't chichemu no. Sai chichemu we anama o my Ghana. Yebre. And yebako so abre sa because ye nyanya ya dwene say yebase say your intention. And ye susuye, and ye supanya ya de o man num. Etianye ye. About just come on say diwhuni as a Ghanaian. Diwhuni you na udi uhuni a o man num so bete. Kwabrane se mintimi di mihuni. E ma ne ye eti o man num ye den ente. Yes ye de mraba. De mraba de bako na shaw kete se diwhuni. Was it there be? So we shall not say mean Dimihunia, and yes, I'm Rana over the buyer. Men to about Mount Adam Rana be Dimi, and you owe the Rana Dimi now. What shall I not vote against you? I'll vote against you so that Ubako Namrano Matimedia Yadia Mepe, Nama Family, 18 Chichemunaba. One also say, a son say, so one do Unia, when I are the ball, when I have no problem, when I have a tete war, and yes, I may you run a few, and I'm running about, but me find your Juma. Eti mrano wansen kase, eti me fanya Juma, na me jao, no watu abada mami, na me menyadia me pewa brabom, menyadia me pese minya, na uvia wudi yare, o here, and o bre, and your wako. I don't care. What I need is power. Simple. What I need is power. When I get the power, I am done. Because power discover bremi, power the two me bremi, power the one bremi. But wona what you say, my son brase diso. Now won town diso no abra bon sesa. Now see derby, ube say go so abo hufi, ube your man temura, and wura all over the place, ball all over the place. And now they also pa. Yeah. Nyameno, we do soon kunim ni wie. Na minya power na baby a wote no me na wontena ho idwom ho me beto ade wo ho baby a yedi ehuni na mekọ isan se mi wo sika and I have the power se mesuma so a mesuma baawa mesuma wa hwan de ote se wo a wo badwoma betiati atechenum atia finum na ono wa ba bedidwa na oba mama ni baby wa kokoro asiesie ade na kama ama na ye fe ansan wo de wura baby a me pe eti me sa hu dididie na wo pede bi ba me fie na soma de oni ni hu de tese wo a wa ye makoa na ane na dele eti wo na dele a na mu wi a na mu nyina wo ba me fie a ateche na wo tie mu na wo de wo ko fie ade ba fa wo hall no me ma ni dware wie eyi sa ne mani guo anso wo wura me fie ba pese me kire so wo na ato aba ma me na me na me wo so tumi eti me menya sa access no na me jaa mo koso abre aye de wo ye say your selfish interest me so selfish interest na time so say en to aba wasa to ama me etu to ba ko ma me to mienu ma me na wo ye nyama sem because me ka say ye nya de ye ana wo se da bi echichemu as a country we agree to disagree ye really aba amanya ko nu mankasa ye na ye wom na ye se en to ye so ba na ye be lead party no ye de didi atam ye de allegations ye de atro ye de hwan ana ye de twabo ye ho ti ye twabo ye ho a ni am o man nyina hunu se ye mienu na ye se en to ye so ba no ye nya credible because ya na ye kan obi na e ka je ya na ye ka se many asimasi ye don party kuro ye don kokro ana ye semo for man ne baye ba wo de masimasi wani odi kuo no so a enye yie ana wo su so de man so a enye yie eti hwan ne yemfa ma no ana mudi mu ho atoro nti be wi akire no na affect ekuo na nkasa eti nchichemuti ekuo ni timi nyina ne na so nye baako etimi nya adwene pa aso nya de etimi fa be di o man so because nipa mienu apaso di o ekuo no so na edika kontokwa aguku ne hufi ana bia den elusu interest in ekuo ebi mpekuo ni biom ebi ta ekuo no eto tia bontin wo to bo ba park so said ye be ya ekuo no nya yie na ekuo ne ho ba kire no but ekuo yi so de edi be di o man yi e be den na yie. Ghana is suffering. Ghana bre ichichemunti. That is why I have dated it back to the days of the Nkromes, to the days of the JP Dankwa, the why the Aqua Jays, the bad those people. The power grant, one more woman say, Bafwa Kotos, one more woman say, woman chichire say. So you see, we have a long way to go as a country. If we don't change the way we do our things, we will suffer. 0545402507. The Fapem So slide. I say that a test to grab back up. The Fapem So slide. Fapem So it has been running for a very long time, and God being so good, it's still running. And you Fapem So. Yeah, can I say a kind of cray? Maybe I would tell you no. Enya, sister, enya. Today I was driving on the stretch of the Kasua area. Now overpassing our one year no. The be me come was say the first and second roundabout. Market na wo no. Barricade na one year. Nipa me fa ka kwan ne so. Na wa fa footpath na yayama pedestrians no. Edwomfo ma na je wa fa. Ana wo mo ton ade. Ana wo ma extend your free baby a onyansani ade Ghana sika akoto ndade ade abaye ndade atense ho sesebio tafache nipa dasani enipa onyamoa nipa ma onkroso sa line no emba kwam ennante wompo kankamo beton ade osi dabi on the one of our beton ade. So a police officer eba ana ote pick up mu ana si form ana start to say opamo mana. It was a stretch and they were all moving their ways away. The two things that they do there, one a ball like a sea party go overhead nasi. Every day, or ball or previa, not the cuckoo, or previa, not the cool, that is on Yansani, or praying Muriana or unauthorized place there, not the cuckoo overhead nasi say. Our nips are on your baller. That's been bien sure. But the brothers and near bio. Ana so tikasa. Our very free fee. I said the battery so school goes young some family fee. And send him dear. A pram baller or the cocoa baby. That's been in sure. And they refuse that. I don't know Yakusi. No, a jaho. Tite piano baller. And we have allowed them to be doing it every day. Why? Because Yan Tuaba. On the other stretch, the same problem. They sell on the main street. When I say if people hate me, I don't care. Down on my maybe topano on the road. I could crack car back, trotro back. At the same time, one also nam bonya baby jina. Or the no pin my mena crab, many muria of Tompan the buafu. No catch say ah. Na so nim say baby a wugina e kwa mu na wugina. Ya nton ade wa ha. ma me ni bie na no a ye nto ade o na me beto ade o dem e bie opono na me beto ade o. You see, these are the people we call citizens of this country. And the politicians have allowed it. The district assembly over there at Kaswa have allowed it to happen. Why? Because young Tuaban is sitting MP. And DC is MC not one. Our ambition to become a member of parliament, it won't sign a record. Because the same people na bekwa consider on Tuaban no. It is said amon tongue. Na can't uniform swa. That is what the politician is telling you. So they will be them. Don't worry. Sandy Pana will catch it. No. Obafa Musako. But can't chifa swa. Na unya no was some idea. No one to idea what wow them. When you die, I told driver no dear. Ya Johnny Maneko. Do bet me ya mo one say obetadaka. Na me say some car ball. Now what the main streeter. Minimum bushafo no fun betwe man so sa. The first thing I go to the police and tell them, say, it is unauthorized place, simple. It is illegal, simple. Etiafuno, eko, why, sa ufunu kranasa do ufunu na charge no. Defamation of character yekano. Masa kokota fa lawyer. Our things and fuase. The son can't be a father. Nam de naba. Never catch the say. Lawyer, efunu na da one na. Me ka board no. Or tell baby and yet eti charge funu no kan ho. Ye jelly funu no kan ho. Na ya catch am say me ka bo nipa enti ene den. Ya me meto adaka na me to hwan. Me kwa kwatwe manso wo court. Me 50 pesos okura ma yie no mu. Ay simple. Emra. Ka na bo no we baby asese me de me ka fa na me de fa me bo a. No ye de ho. Ye da ho. Ye sekete ho. Ye to ade ho. Emra na etesen. Na mra na kire se mra na kire anu wahunu etiti kroma na nkofo disem hunu koka ye ma se ye gigi ohia abamba Ghana ye problem no ye ni politicians any Ghana for gigi ohia abamba. We have allowed poverty to become the order of the day. And poverty is a say character, your image, who we are. They respect people for us. Why? Because you're not primitive intention. Say, you're here for. It is the piano strade. The piano here scaffio. Me here be free. It is the respect that I have about Jira. And now me they affecting conforso. To the baby and go good when him was. And or they affect you be. Ubi or ten chow one pen was him. The police officer today almost say woman yama. But tomorrow we can woman to. Because obi anyo mo hwe because ye fa ne mana na ye se afa mo ne ma na ye de gu pick up mu na ye de ko enu ano no sa wo fa ne ma ni wi a sa nipa no sa fa ne ko community court twa ne boso mi miensa ma mo nya sa dia bi na boya na mo say penalty charge say de na no UTV de ya 2400 no ka chen sa ban posika aban percent ukoba na wo wi a ba bia ukoche no to ade no and put 2 by 6:30 what you pray ashe ni nsem no wa hye na tare to say a preacher for after what you na chi what you na tare na chi. I won't do that again. What you pray what profit 3 ko si 3 ni a video no live so that say police for a TV station be or how me police TV na mo dey atoso na da so live anopa bia. Why can't we do this? The laws are there. They won't vote for the member of parliament. They won't vote for the DC. They won't vote for one. Assemblyman, the year to idea or committee chairman, or a one. It is also a campaign here. Not yet. Quemuton body, Jenny Menkany. Have you got away? You got it. What that now? Regional minister, what dad na? Embrana you no, emra, ya chichogu krata so. MPP ni politicians emra. Hypocrisy emra. Eti adwen pana won amfa. Some Ghanaian journalists said it. I thought they were joking. People told me, slide jai, the old canon uncle for we and yet Juma. A 9-day wonder jai. Today go to UTC, go to Mokola, go to Kinsu and go and see. At time, at ferry. The whole place is bombarded. So phobia Kasa Kumasi. No say the Fapem said the days of the garden city of Kumasi is gone. And then Kumasi baller wa. You have find some pie away. Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly boss. Sampai. Yes, you call the ball and many chrono. Then away. Baller and many chrono. Then I. Me Kumasi boy, you. Me tell Kumasi 11 years. Me radio for 11 years with Kumasi. I trap report highways, my trap bushing, I tap and chrono, matna abed. The veteran friend is saying, Estate. Bakono Estate, B light, C light, many more is baby face, nominate, one, Smith, nominate, Moses okay, wine. You know, the same area, there be. So I know that, minimum, I trap massacre. Yes, a ball and many cycloma bonteso. The last time I visited Kumasi was 2018. Minko Hubium. No people sound sad and I'm saying, me get some more in your jam. You be a mammy pressure and I'm visiting. Man pressure the anchor because you be a man pressure. No worry, no money in a jam life for mommy. Mr. Sewana de Marco, on a sort of your report. John Kunkrum. What the fuck I feel if you are Belgium, know their Kumasi. This is the country that we are living in. And we have become so hypocrite to the extent in Chichemunti. What's me wa dream power so me fam out. No I dream power. Ah dear way I wo ye. E betimi aboa Ghana for but me fa dwene ne ma da because say me de ma na wo ye mane ye ya Ghana for because so ato aba ma me fa ma na wo de papa na wo de ba ko make say nye wo de papa na wo de aba de ko na ibuagu na ye na me fa me de ma wo de na ya papa na wo ye be ye no me say nye o na de wo ya na enye na e betimi aboa me mo lusu aba no wo se me ma wa dwene na fa ye ah ene nka me ya fish abi dansuom Minya na ayasem sebe Royal Natural Health and Wellness Clinic at the Calapas Post Office na okwa ubenya eniema esefata ebini sen ebini apomoden ahoden Ghana ni be gina ni tedua so na yare e wo system mafiri mu a na SSL called Royal Natural Health and Wellness Clinic. Tia the telephone to say ana wafa. Intentem. Oh wa. And that we are the on. Minim kofobi. We know be na ti office a. Okasa obeda. Oto no say me da kakra obeda. Simple. Odi the whole day man obeda. But to be also and die naturally. Only problem when you dream also, but entire the thing. So but there we are. Ah, and you be see that. Me baba ko okoda na ene ya. Me ami ba hu okoda tebu akoda keke tebu aya sa okoda. Ene ya. Fiti anopa ko si adumre tebu mo na ni dwe se na ni kom da. This what forcing so okoda. That is something else. It is a war na why penny and damn your dinner. Then there is something wrong with your system which you need to check. Maybe I find the stress adding. A young any probably himself stress ye a bread and kwa patcho debi. Stress and your brain kwa. Tamaya juma bread to my stress and ya don't kwa. There are so many factors and so many things that goes into stress. And never be brave, but we are stressful. So, one medical doctor, because ultimate doctor, who now come as a match. Doctor, I said, we have on the phone. I said, you're fine. I said, Doctor, what's some now? Can you make it say, why stressful? Who here rest? obetumi aka kyerɛ saa ebi a ohia exercise ebi a ohia some kind of bibi obemma wa mo ehunu say na obusa say ye saa eti we kan ho na my stressful na ampa what you say dan be ka kyerɛ say utumi call hospital na ya be check you BP na number bi so unim say BP blood pressure ku ni papa nipa nim. A lot of people don't know say ade ni nya ni wi a ansa na doctor be ka kyerɛ ade na ku no say ne pressure ko soro pressure ni say o mienu ni nyina your problem mienu ni nyina o low blood pressure ebuwe high blood pressure ebuwe it dey be so fall within a certain range it from time to time unya issue kakra bi unya problem kakra bi unya adwendwen kakra bi unya kasa kakra bi anything at say buafu for some time ni nyina raise pressure eti mesrew so bi catch us BP a eya hwe ni ye bo se se do ko to aduro so no enye ni nyina na se do to aduro so eti se wonim na wan shia a particular medical doctor to say Dr. Joel around natural health na wan kire what to do now sorry ya wadamfo bi say oh BP dey ko to BP aduro now start so do to BP so you are worrying yourself. But there is a fundamental problem. The fundamental problem and the creative BP na start kosoro. Doctor can tell you say this is the situation. Adie wait here. It will not be come. And what has been happening for the past few days? What are you thinking about? Have you been eating this? Have you been going here? Are you having a problem at the office place? Who was the same problem financially? Now we're back to conclusion. Say this is the problem. Psychologically, no one wakasa. No a psycho wadwin or psycho wadwin no yi sa stress ni sa de ni furu mu pe less than 3 days oko na se oko check BP abeko na BP ni da normal yama wedru eye obi adwuma Royal Natural Health and Wellness Clinic abeka Pass Post Office betimi ayama obesity obeyama obi o wa osma ekese abroso no akota aduro no wanomo afa no afonsa yare ni bi enso enfaso bi ani so wanya mfaso bi afa obi about say e dey na yo some of the aduro ni bi o wa wo no mu a the mistake you don't know say ya medically ya ntrama wa wonim ne say aduro bi a wonum bia no eye adwuma later on it doesn't work on your system immediately. It is a painkiller. Tia say painkiller no less than 20 minutes. Bo say baby ayo ya na jai. If you free tell na amasa pain ne kofom but enku yare no. Ene ye one. Afa 2. Sa dro na wonu ma so pese wo so tia nkofo kan no. Ebi a doctor beka tell say no anopa anwumire bako for ebi a 2 weeks after that man num biom. Why would the doctor tell you that? Because after the following 2 weeks, a month later, other results in the baby. By that your friend and drone I do our system more fat in the MSA Ben na usunim ana wonum and a one me draw ya bosom me ansa afeba do bosom nsiano no I chenyele ya wona ma so o ya enfremo hu kura beti ahwe obi abuza dey what is wrong with you? Because unnom ne said ye as I say obesity. No. Royal Natural be ya fe awo ho problem or machine so de huhuru wum ni nyina obe huhuru ni nyina afiri ho na no so aboa hypertension makachiro eno so have stroke unam na bibi ha da krobete yeso oda ya oda osore no ano no oyesi there were yantina boni covid by the bibi by say underlying conditions underlying ne say yare ba ku mienu o system ni mu wunnim ana da krope omunyina tregaye and umbugu. It will be all say, near to the drone when you stroke now. You have underlying problem. You didn't solve it. It took a doctor who obey your limpid profile. Limpid profile. Now, so limpid profile no, and no ana a the test beba. Now, a bet your system no problem. A woman, you know. If you are going to you and them, we are with him. What now? What a closer be so? Am I a ready? You don't know. Do so me are hardly for you to get over it. But who call all limpid profile? I said, we don't so quite no problem. o prostate no eya ye kese enlarge wo sade we it we nyina no ye betreat abom baako na ho ato. Then you realize say after that you are safe. 85 National Health and Wellness Clinic at Bekala Post Office. Now no dis our so na bibiye bekoye e de amount. Yewra tuguba saboba kaina na or justice of the Supreme Court. Na opani na nsebi na enkomodie bi baye ana okoka bi atene ka che na watutu nsem bi de esese oka no wakeka na enu na sese ya topic of the day Ghana for bredi hu komo se ensem ni bi oka ya edika ibi so se edika eti me nice minutes ya kai me de be highlighting some of the things that he has said esese Ghana ni ote na otie bi abete so yase atu akasa ana Ghana for kasa me be kinkan some of the things ni bi a wakeka na wa wo fia wadwene ho abusa se ampasa de okan no ese fatase se okan sana. The former Justice of the Supreme Court of Ghana, William Atuguba, delivered an address at a public lecture organized by Soldiers Ghana and the Department of Political Science of the University of Ghana on Tuesday, October 24th. That was yesterday. In an address, the senior legal luminary spoke about a number of issues from the judiciary to political office holders to elections and the Electoral Commission, among many others. Justice William Atuguba also used the occasion to commend some people who have been advancing the tent of democracy in the country. Below, Ghana will factual story do kind. One, verifying Akufo-Addo's father unfair. Or say Ghana for yade Akufo-Addo wehi. Sorry, didn't the papa terminal. We should desist from it. It is uncalled for. It is not right. Ne papa be says the president do so abede you. Ne ba be di enti ne ba wan yinti mu sori ya na mu di ni papa na tem just to say munjai ne semfata. In the address, Justice Atuguba called on the public to refrain from casting aspersions on President Akufo-Addo's father, who he described as an astute and credible lawyer and a statesman. Justice Atuguba emphasized that Edward Akufo-Addo, a former Chief Justice and President of Ghana, was an outstanding lawyer of great distinction by all measures. He noted that Akufo-Addo had constantly upheld the law and opposed Turner throughout his career, and therefore there was no justifiable reasons for Ghanaians to direct their frustration towards him. You find on social media people trying to turn their anger on Edward Akufo-Addo, but what is the joy of turning your anger on the president's father? What is it? Dear Nabenya, let us be fair in all matters and at all times. And no edaha. The Toshibienu. After the initial appointment of judges must be based on merit, not on chronism and ethnicity. See, if I judge for I'm Mama Baya Juma, and so if you mikrum, where you mikrumuni, where you party member. What I say? And now say, where a tribe way, or your smessy way, for you mean where you may offer, or sit me and the other side. Justice Atuguba also spoke about the importance of the judiciary and the need for it to be shielded from political pressures. He also indicated that the appointment of judges should be based on merit and not chronism. The current public image of judiciary in Ghana is reflected on social media. In view of all this, what matters most is the realistic auditing and restructuring of the judiciary and indeed all other governmental institutions, because just as they inside of illegal mining, Galamsey has devastated our forests, lands and poisoned our water bodies, so also has the cyber of political corruption poisoned our governance institution. Appointment of the judiciary or any other governance institution must be made by Tory independent bodies based on nothing but merit and not on things like protocol, chronism, ethnicity or other improper consideration. The governance institution, particularly the judiciary, must be realistically insulted against presidential and other political pressures. Service conditions must be reasonable, attractive, and security of tenure of office must be enshrined. The executive powers of the president and his functionaries must be drastically curtailed. There must be a real separation of parliament from the executive branch. The emphasis should be on good and sincere governance in the interest of the people and not on hollow over exaggerated notions of electoral conferment of power on anybody or a group of persons, he said. After Ghana for bidin, Ghana for be obomudino, ɔkyerɛ deɛ ɔmo yɛ ana ɔsan tu ɔmo fo. While speaking about nationalism and advocacy, Justice Atuguba singled out youth leader Oliver Becca-Vermont and other advocates and heaped praises on them. No meaningful political reforms can be reasonable expected even under a regime change without sustaining the political renaissance which has started and is growing well in Ghana. That's why I agreed to come, because I lost hope. But when I see these young people, some are what Vermont have never seen him, he said. Also, he added that. He added, it is for the reason that I would like to acknowledge, encourage, and congratulate nationalists like Kwesi Pratt, Dr. Kennedy Atta of the USA, Dr. Jampo of the University of Ghana, Professor Bob Penn of the University of Ghana, Professor Jimadua of the Center for Democratic Development, recently Dr. Asaiba, retired formerly of the Political Science Department, KUSC, Kwame Pianim, Dr. Nyahu Tamaklo, Kelvin Taylor of the USA, though he should desert from insult to Obo Kelvin Taylor Dean, or see, though on Jaya did ya temono. Penina Casanyansanina Casachron, Sansi Bununi Jai. On Jaya did ya temono, then Fasho Bianiso, and further the attempts of a problem. Emmanuel Wilson Jr., the chief crusader against corruption in Ghana. I don't know most of these people, but I have mentioned personally, but I have followed their works on social media and I am impressed. However, I hope that they will remain nationalistic no matter the regime in power. It is a more political backing be. It doesn't matter who is in power. No correct, no correct. I also wish to acknowledge some of the many civil society organizations such as Ghana Center for Democratic Development, Ghana Integrity Initiative, Africa Center for Energy Policy, Parliamentary Network Africa, and a Media Foundation for West Africa, Send Ghana, One Ghana Movement, Center for Democratic Development, Democracy Hub, Occupy Ghana, and Institute for Democracy Governance. I regret and I cannot recall of them, but nonetheless, none of them should feel excluded. Judgment of Jachikwes in case in also Kahwasem. Justice William Atuba also commented on the James Jachikwes case currently being before the Apex Court, slamming the court of the land over its judgment in the trial of the Member of Parliament for Assin North. The retired judge described the ruling of the court as scandalous. Scandalous. Therefore, he explained that the court should not have heard the case in the first place because it was adjudicated by the High Court and the decision to do so goes against the basic principles of law. He added that the Supreme Court should have executed the High Court decision and not started the fresh trial. The decision of Jachikwes case was scandalous. The Supreme Court re-adjudicated the matter already decided by the High Court, he said. It is a case, you know, or say on your money again, it's a because the High Court, you know, I can wasn't. And was as the Supreme Court erred in Jachikwes case. Say, Supreme Court ruling on the buy, you know, and then the boy browse and boy brow. That is it. He further stated that the Supreme Court erred with his decision to declare Kwesi's election victory null and void when the MP had clearly renounced his Canadian citizenship in November 2020 and when the election was in December 2020. The Supreme Court does not stand in good light despite the clear renouncing in November 2020 whereas the election was in December. I am not able to see substantial justice in this, he said. It is asking me a debatable power. I know, say, among first started some debate with him. Jachikwes in case you are cooking. Among first started debate with him. China Quebec was a very debatable, very debatable case we are working on. Say, citizenship, you know, and Mrano Nisanya Mukan was a can't but this man very debatable. Will be the message, Abra. We are sending message. He indicated that it does not make sense for the court to say Kwesi's own allegiance to Canada when it had also cited his renouncing certificate issued in 2019. ASM Palm. Supreme Court acted in bad faith in the Daniel Volomo case. Justice William Atuba also said that The Apex Court decision in the matter of the former Auditor General, Daniel Yao Demolovo, was in bad faith. And also man can hear. The Center for Democratic Development, CDD, won a case it took to the Supreme Court seeking an interpretation on the directed by the President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo to ask the former AG to proceed on accumulated leave pending her retirement. The Supreme Court declared in its ruling of May 31st, 2023 that the President's directive for the former AG, Daniel Yao Demolovo, to proceed on leave was unconstitutional. Sadly, they say who ruling about your friend Papa ne back on CCC on our corner home Jibrim Wabre Untimi Samba Yajumabim. He stressed that the judgment was done in bad faith. The Supreme Court acted in bad faith in the Daniel Yao Demolovo case brought by the CDD and others, and the COVID-19 case brought by the Democratic Hub fixed the country, he said. So this is it. So Penino, I did some waba. Now it is very debatable, and I believe sir a wholesome sorry papa na easy, especially with the Jachi question case. Your Demolovo case in the say your friend no I'm a call rule in favor 18 no Jachi question case no there e depend pa any other ones no it will be a topic of discussion throughout this week until say Ghana as usual this a penny be near yato jeba say there penny na akasa. So we will debate on it and see the way forward of it. Now, as the laws were formed by legal brains to control the conduct of man. Good evening to you. And Obi message in you. The nature of man is to know. This phrase makes man an adventurous being, and this led to the introduction of law. At a point in time, even our prophets were under the law. My point is that the law is good for man. Customs and tradition is awesome. Our fathers are wise. But customs and tradition that infringe upon the economic rights of natives or citizens for a particular frame of time is not wealthy. Love, respect. Aaron, Babako, Anna Edwe by Accra. Aaron has a little catcher. Please, I just came back from work. Please, what is the topics? What is today's topic? Today's topic, I feel Bakabako. Yera Jachi question case, even saying. You are to go back and somebody be na media ban. So I feel what you would be covered. Welcome. It case I feel the so. I am Williams from Dodo. Williams. So that is what we are talking about. Hi, see us live. I'm watching you live from Accra. Thank you, Home Base TV. God bless all. Fapem So. I've now gotten your point. You see, some of we, the citizens of the country, are just like animals. Because of you, if you chase a goat from eating the food, you cut down, it will still come back unless something happens it before will stop coming. This is Bibiatono and Sana with Jaiba. Thank you for your show, and I really enjoy it. From TM Sami. My name is Belinda Edusei. I'm watching you from Accra. God richly bless you from Fapem So. Belinda Edusei, and also the way at the buy. So, yeah, to back us up. Now, Kabia. We're just to Abaye, the interest, and saying we will debate on it and see how far we will go. Sanitation Minister Abba Bontain and Dry in other Bashan Waha send Bakwana, you know, the people were supposed to be evacuated themselves. Namoko Kachra say, I was taken out of contest. Sanitation Minister, or they didn't want to be evacuated. Comment it one Kasabebri, do can you say or say you're taken out of contest. It ye na ye can in a yes or patchere on pancheresa into Adiatum, we may make Mansubia or say yes or patchere. It means Mapacho and yes and anami patchere. It's as simple as ABC. Now DJ for petition military high command 80 and all that. But then and some be koso now Ohima Cassia da form. No, he might catch you on that form. No circulation of news are circulating around. No, it is unfair. I will say this: Ghana for Mutiemi, and never be a white bar. No, free Nanama him for a share. A young mamma for Niagro. Mamma find your politics. Mamma find your demope. Umo be church on your makeke. Asat this week, Monday back, and someone appear PR in terms of a Yikasi Ibaso Memeda. I want a 9 man what Takonya so on Cramonteso. I want any baby. I ye be ye many a bray ye ne be ye pan. ye information ba ochina say adisia say ochina Ghana education say ochina bobi me shop ochina bobi nkwadwuma. What kind of life are we leading? And then asamba ye pray ya mututu mampambrika sa Ghana education say the kata ba I say distribution. All metropolitan municipal district directors of education, Greater Accra region, all regional managers of educational unit, Greater Accra, all heads of second cycle institution, Greater Accra. Amendment to the funeral and burial of program of Manye na dede ekobono otosubiansa. I write to bring to the notice the amendment to the earlier letter from His Royal Majesty Kentucky Teko the second, the Gamanche, on the funeral and burial program of Manye. From the funeral planning committee of the late Ohima the Gamanye, the new date for the closure of schools, shops and offices in and around Mashi traditional area is Saturday 28 October 2023. Eti ko fo bi di nam say yes school nkwala enko school nkwala enko school debi wo say 28 Saturday na ye yipon no ana mo shops etonton ne ma ne yeka but enupo no gampani for the apkrata babontin say mo abuton nuane nom ne sa ne ma nom ne ade de mo betimi aye ho adwuma ba shop ankasa na yeka no ana wo say debi eti. In view of that, no school in the Greater Accra region will be closed down on Thursday, 26th and Friday, 27th October 2023. It's in confirm them say Thursday, Friday, young school. Thursday, Friday, say and you decide this thing here to more be school. No. Ghana Education Service Greater Accra for Namokasa Mubeko school. Thursday, Friday, Wabaya school. Okay. Please note and bring this notice to the attention of all heads and teachers in your metropolis, metro, municipal, district education directory. I am counting on your cooperation. Mr. Stephen Adamfe, Acting Director of Education, Greater Accra. Okay, thank you. It is here. It is pray. You dano. I am a menega. A year is me go to dream. May your papa. Desire you done it there. If you are the crime in coffee, may you wake up in. Kakra mame. And answer me naman cransa, Namsana the action. My bad juma so adapa. To me, a message to my dear bedjuma. So what I say, Tia, you know, but a year a memory da. Mamma down almost say, more shop one crying and pattern. We must have central region ever. Count, Bedum cry, my account. And yet, come, one we are a tongue, move it to me. The other year come the other fine. The other year, you tribute, I can't find the other. Dear Trebby, no idea more young couple. But a yipon cassia pa, na yama got a ne abushenina yako cassia. Na yamame, nanya the baby call. Yana nanya the baby call. Ti Mwamu security news baby no pamocho munjai. Na curfew. And then 20, mostly 24, 25th. My and that, and I do 10. If you say 6 p.m., Mungrai, a ceremony, a yipon and Kasaya Memeneda. Timuam was shops in a dear. Memeneda dear. Munina, Mumeka, Hunan, ye, and then your fat. Why? Na a ye kuja, Sana Santi for your canoe, a ye, a young kuja. Ti Mumeka, na your man in your fat. Tiama Mumusho. A woman when we are a ton of money, dear. Would the Yamumi? Said the bear, if you video watching, you be near D. Thank you very much. My name is Siosla. Checking out a session. Nyami fan check come Razoyo. Ejuma efu nyina Nanuya na moko northern part of Ghana moko be 2 outlets our northern region. Ras Oil. An oil marketing to be still company. And Ishram. The chairman nyina especially Daniel Awoche. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye bye.